Okay. Hi, this is Mike again. This is the second part because of camera problems. Anyway, yeah, so that beam of light came down when I was 18 years old. Came down, healed my back. As I drew the picture, just stay there. Are you cool? Yeah, this was the vertebrae. That whole side was completely gone. There's little fractures of it. Now it has gray matter that's been rebuilt from that beam of light, you know. And if that was able to be done, by man, we wouldn't have so many wheelchairs walking around. Okay, that was God. That was intervention. That was a higher power, if you want to call it whatever you want. But it was the beam that came down with a beam of light, just like a Darth Vader sword. Connected, healed myself. Okay, now present day, 04, doing a construction job up in Chatsworth. House fell down, blah, blah, blah. Beam got hold of me, whiplash, like I was saying in the last segment. Pop, 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 my neck goes, inter-caranial bleed, just like an aneurysm. Watch the camera. Okay? Just like an aneurysm. I could feel it inside my head, like under super amount of pressure, just a steady stream. I'm going, where is the blood? Where am I feeling, any fluid? Nothing's happening. Then my, I can see in my head a videotape of my skull cracking and popping off because the pressure was so intense. It was just driving me crazy. Called 911. I remember asking my wife. I said, "Give me a call. No, just lay down. Just give me the phone." So I called 911, holding my head in this hand, and when the paramedics got there, it had stopped bleeding because I didn't feel it, but the pressure was immense. It was just blowing me away. Went there, fell into a coma. No, they sent me back home. I fell into a coma in the bathtub. My son, who's taping this now, just for 8 hours I was in the bathtub just laying there. There was no water in there, thank God. I was going to take a shower. Anyway, fell in a coma. Wasn't supposed to be good. They gave me last rites. Everybody's from my family, from San Francisco, Florida. Everybody came by, say goodbye to Dad, say that, your brother and whatnot. While I was in my coma, I remember looking down at the parking lot. There was an army of white silhouettes, like Pillsbury Doughboys, just walking around, just like marching. I remember seeing my hands, plain as day, flew down there, and I'm pulling by the shoulders, swinging, thinking, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me, that's not me. Finally I hear, "Hey, you're not going to find what you're looking for down there." And I'm looking up, and there's a little figure in a balcony. Goes, "It's not your time yet." And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, not my time. And put my hands, and plain as day again, fly up to the balcony, land, and there's one silhouette there, and it's just like I knew what to do. I step in front of it, and just like on TV, back, blur, 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 and a little bit of color here and there. Bam, I wake up. Telephone is in a mist, a little cloud, just like on TV. And I didn't dial it or anything. I just picked it up. "Hey, where the hell am I?" And, of course, my wife's on the phone. And she, "Oh, you're back, and I, she goes, "Oh, you were in a coma, and blah, 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 you're supposed to die." But anyway, so that's my story, and I believe in God. I believe in angels. You don't have to call them God or whatever, but I mean there is a higher power out there, and these stories I hope will help people believe in it. They sent me home paralyzed, and oh my God, I have other stories. I just but I'm running out. I got to get some new batteries for this camera, but I have during the course of that, after I came out of the hospital, I had a gag syndrome because my throat's all raspy, so many instruments down there. Popped my esophagus. I was supposed to die then again. They sent me home at one point in time. My arm was paralyzed because another endoscopy went wrong. I woke up halfway through it, fighting these nurses and stuff with this thing in my throat, and I had a stroke. They sent me home with this arm paralyzed. They said, you're never going to be able to swing a hammer, you're never going to construction again. You might as well even buy those little slip-on shoes because you can't tie your shoe. It was dead. I didn't give up. I kept fighting and fighting and yelling and screaming, even when I was in the hospital. Freaking, hands and flying it up to the light switch. The nurse would come and say, what's wrong? I'm yelling at my hand. It doesn't work. I'm yelling at it. And, you just got to keep strain and just focus and get angry. And and eventually just anything I could find to turn and put my hand on and focus. If I'm putting gel in my hair, I put my hand up my hair and look in the mirror and say, okay, do what this hand is doing. And, eventually, little by little, the garbage can lids, those plastic garbage can lids were my bench press. They weighed a ton, and, that's how I exercise back. It's still a little shaky, but my God, it's better than not having a hand at all. And it just went on and on. And there's other stories of, I got of my survival. I got swept off the waves one time fishing in Montero Beach in San Francisco. My God, that's a whole other story. I'm running out of time. My son's giving me an eyesight, and we're going to run out of battery space. But I just have to share this with the world. You've got to have faith, and you've got to have faith in a higher power. Look at me. I got proof. There's a picture of me here when I was in the hospital. You can see the shunt in my brain, my head, coming out of there. I wasn't supposed to be here. And if I survived, when I walked out of that hospital, the doctor just said it was amazing that I survived, because he said, Mike, he's pointing to another guy sitting there with straws and tubes coming out and saliva, and he goes, you should be like that. And if she survived, I was supposed to be retarded. It took me some time. I had some problems, and now I still suffer from short-term memory loss. But it's not as bad as it used to be. But it's the higher power. You just got to think and use your brain and believe. It's just faith. You just gotta do it. I just don't know what else to say. But I think I want to. Well, I know I want to write a book, because there's been several other occasions of not just spiritual but stories of survival. So I must have a guardian angel, because I should have been dead at least 10 times over. Okay, well anyway, I think that's just about it. So believe and use your head and use your energy, and that's all. I hope you all well. Bye. See you. No, never say bye. Say see you later. Bye. All right.